Hello there. Last week I got the chance to play 3 whole hours worth of Days Gone gameplay, and while you might have already watched my video about 8 things I learnt from my time with it, you may be wondering what I actually thought about the game. Well, this video should have you covered, as I'm about to talk about 5 things I liked about Days Gone and 1 thing I didn't.
What do they got here? A map, yes.
So, when I started playing the game, I didn't really think that Deacon St. John, some kind of random macho biker dude, would be the kind of character that I gave any kind of a shit about at all. Especially in the first hour, where you basically have to track some fella down as part of a bounty and then murder him in cold blood. At that point, I was just like, yay, I get to play as another murder dude. Can't wait to murder more dudes with 0 consequences. But then something odd happened. The game flashed back in time to a period before the freaker outbreak that has ravaged the worlds of Days Gone, and in it I witnessed a fresh-faced, cheeky Deacon St. John meeting his future wife Sarah, a botanist whose car had broken down at the side of the road. This was a completely different Deacon to the one who, 15 minutes before, had, at my command admittedly, shot a kneeling man in the face, and it spoke of some pretty heavy character development to come. As the game progresses, there are plenty more chances to experience these flashbacks. One recent trailer, for instance, let us get a sneak peek at a flashback to Deacon and Sarah as they get married. Although, what the hell he's doing wearing a cap to his own wedding is anyone's idea. So, what I'm trying to say here is that I like the fact that Deacon is getting this backstory that makes him feel more human and less like a remorseless killing machine. In the same way you can feel Joel's rage and sorrow in The Last of Us due to the loss of his child, I'm hoping that the more you play Days Gone, the more you come to know the Deacon of before, so you have a way to understand the desperation and ruthlessness of the Deacon of the present.
Could you use a ride?
Yes, I could. Thank you for finally offering. I'm Sarah.
I'm Deacon.
Oh, well, sorry about the mess. How do I, this contraption?
Pretty much what you think, you just throw your leg over, yeah.
Okay, there. Whoa. Okay. Ready. Hey! Hey!
Hold on tight.
The last time I felt a real fear for a horde of zombies in a game was in Left 4 Dead. The speed of the zombies and the ease at which they can overwhelm you and ruin your carefully laid plans was enough to make even the bravest survivor wear the brown pants. So it's nice to find a game that finally makes boring old zombies scary again. The first time you get to see a horde of freakers in Days Gone is from atop a hill. They're milling about in the distance, looking pretty intimidating, but it wasn't until I wandered into this cave that I got the proper horde fear.
Come back later, finish burning out these nests.
Now, the person in this gameplay footage has lots of weapons and even the wherewithal to place a few booby traps near the entrance. Me, I had nothing but a pistol and I wandered in there like an absolute idiot. I might as well have been whistling a happy tune while I did it. Anyway, long story short, the horde woke up and I got torn to shreds. I panicked, I yelped, and I tried as hard as I could to survive, but I stood no chance against the sheer number of freakers that the game was throwing at me. And it was glorious. I just hope the next time I run into a freaker horde, I'm a little more prepared.
How many of you sons of bitches are there? Huh?
For a world that's been ravaged by the apocalypse, Days Gone's open world seems rather busy. If you're not running into freakers or bandit marauders or a weird cult called the Rippers, you're probably getting your torso chewed on by a big bastard bear with bastard big teeth.
Oh, crap.
At an early point in the game, you lose your bike and you have to sneak through the undergrowth, avoiding pockets of freakers, and it makes you feel incredibly vulnerable. However, once you retrieve your bike, you're still not truly safe. You'd think that thundering along on a mechanical steed would give you an advantage in this world, but random ambushes and roadblocks will often spoil what would normally be a lovely ride. Not only that, but it's also possible to get chased by freaked up wolves known as runners. These hellhounds run just as fast as your chopper, and unless you shoot them first, they'll do their best to pounce on you mid-cruise.
Oh, shit. Runners. Damn it.
You went up there again, didn't you? After I told you not to.
Then you also have the occasional random bystander asking for help as you ride past, Red Dead Redemption 2 style, leaving you with a choice: help them, or the sensible option, which is to ignore them completely because they're blatantly going to have a bunch of mates hiding behind a bush waiting to ambush you or something. Look, don't judge me, it's dog eat dog out there, and I want to survive to live another day. As someone who is a big fan of trying to take out Far Cry outposts as stealthily as possible, I was pleasantly surprised with the stealth aspects of Days Gone. If you're a fan of sneaking around, stabbing unsuspecting NPCs in the brain box with a rusty shiv, then this game has you covered. But you can also let others do the hard work for you, if you're feeling brave enough. A wandering freaker horde pushed in the right direction will overrun any enemy encampments in their way, allowing you to retreat to a safe distance and enjoy the view. Same with any wild carnivorous animals that you might find in the game. There are plenty of opportunities to go in guns blazing, but a mixture of stealth, planning, and using the world against itself gives an incredibly satisfying end result. As long as it all goes to plan, of course.
Oh, my God.
This final plus point is only a quick one, but I really appreciated the way you can do dodges and rolls in any direction you want by holding down a button and then pushing your thumbstick the way you want to go. I first learnt how to do this in a fist fight in a flashback, and it gave the movement and the subsequent melee combat a nice organic feel. I'm not sure how useful it'll be when you're staring down a horde of angry freakers, but having such precision on your dodges should help you get out of a few less dangerous scrapes. Okay, so it's time to move on to the bad. Sadly, I couldn't help shake the feeling that Days Gone is going to be quite a forgettable game. Sometimes at preview events you just want to keep playing the game you're seeing because it feels so special, but after 3 hours of Days Gone I didn't really have a problem with getting up and heading to my train. I just kind of felt like I'd already seen what it had to offer, and I'm really not confident that the final game is going to hold my attention long enough for me to bother completing it. If Bend can pull off the characterization for Deacon that I mentioned in my first point and make us properly care for him and his plight, then maybe it'll fare a bit better. But so much of what I played felt incredibly familiar. Like Days Gone had cherry-picked elements from a million games I'd already played and just altered them slightly. A motorbike instead of a Red Dead horse, a wife instead of a Last of Us daughter, an encampment rather than a Far Cry outpost, and so on and so on. Days Gone feels like a good game with a little bit of magic missing. There's an absence of the glossy sheen that we see in games like Red Dead 2 and Horizon Zero Dawn, and with it, it could have pushed this game from forgettable to great. Perhaps it's because even with the delay to tighten things up a bit, it still feels occasionally janky, but deep down I think it's just because it's more of the same open-world zombie survival stuff that I've played a million times before. And there we go. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, do give it a like, do subscribe for more from Eurogamer, and do let us know in the comments below whether or not you are looking forward to playing Days Gone. Right, I'm off for a lemsip and a much-deserved lie down. Goodbye.
Get the bastard! He killed him!